Betsy Okello. I am a faculty member in the Marianne Remick Leadership Program and a member of the Teaching and Learning team for our Notre Dame ACE Academies. And in our We Are All Readers and Writers series, we have been bringing you books to share with the children in your lives. And as we approach the holiday season, we wanted to feature books that would become great gifts for children or for teachers, principals, schools that are near and dear to your heart. And so today I'm going to share with you 3 books that I have purchased for my own children this Christmas. And the theme that connects all 3 is that not only are they written by incredible authors who also happen to be poets, but that the illustrators are among my favorite children's book illustrators, and the combination of the poetry of the words and the rich artistry of the illustrations really makes these works of art in addition to wonderful stories to share. So this first book is called Welcome Precious by Nikki Grimes and illustrated by Brian Collier. And it is a story about parents who have welcomed a child and has very rich imagery and language. And so we purchased this for our youngest child, and it's also a great board book for little ones. So I just wanted to share a couple of pages of this book so that you get a sense of its beauty. So it says, "Welcome to the cool delight of ice cream, the sticky joy of peanut butter, and the hint of honey in chocolate fudge. Welcome to the warm circle of your daddy's arms, the slippery kisses of your giddy grandmother, and the cool tickle of mommy's nose rubbing against your belly button." So it is always a joy for us to be able to read books to our children that let them know that they are precious and beloved. And so I'm really excited to share this book with our son. The second book just came out in November, and you may recognize the series. This is Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. And it's part of the series of books that they have called the Questionnaires. And Ada Twist Scientist is one of the books in this series, and this one is called Aaron Slater Illustrator. And there's so many things that I love about this book. It's hard for me to only talk about a few, but I will do my best. So I'll just share a couple of pages with you. So this is little Aaron right here, and he is on a swing with his siblings, and it says, "But what he loves most, what makes Aaron's heart sing, is to listen to books in the old garden swing. To write stories, he thinks, is the greatest of things. But first he must read. It's the best place to start. And young Aaron wants to with all of his heart. But the words are just squiggles, and try though he might, even with help, Aaron can't get it right. Why can't I do it? Why is it so hard?" He goes back to drawing on slate in his yard. And so we see here what the words look like for Aaron, and that he is really struggling to read. And then later in the story, we see that Aaron finds his own voice and his own words through his drawings because he is drawn to being an illustrator. And so his teacher had challenged him to write a story. And so when she leaves, Aaron stands there a very long while. Then slowly, so slowly, he begins to smile. And he feels like he does with those books in the swing, as a new hope inside starts to make his heart sing. He knows he can do the greatest of things in a way that's his own, in a way that's just his. He can stand out and show the world who he is. Like the mightiest flames that banish the dark, hope grows in his soul from the tiniest spark. His art makes the difference. His art leads the way and helps him discover what he wants to say. And then you'll see that even though he's focused on being the artist and the illustrator, he still works really hard to become a reader as well. And so I love this page and this idea because it really fits with what we're trying to communicate in this series, that we are all readers and writers and illustrators together in community, helping and supporting each other so that we all develop those identities, even when it's hard for us at first. And the other thing that I really love about this book is that the font that the author chose to use is a font that's specifically for students who struggle and have dyslexia. And so it helps them to be able to read more easily. And the other small detail that I love is that this child is called Aaron Douglas Slater. So they have the D for his middle initial, and Aaron Douglas was a very famous African-American artist out of Harlem. So there's some wonderful, just great details in this book. And then finally, we have Change Sings by Amanda Gorman and illustrated by Lauren Long. And Amanda Gorman is, of course, a poet that is probably familiar to many of you. She read at the inauguration of Joe Biden. And I love this book because the subtitle here is A Children's Anthem, and it really focuses in on how children can change the world through small acts of kindness that every child in our lives is able to do. So I'll just share a little bit of this story with you as well. So she says, I hum with 100 hearts, each of us lifting a hand. I use my strengths and my smarts, take a knee to make a stand. I'm bright as the light each day brings. There is love where my change sings. So I think this would be a wonderful book to share with children, especially at Christmas time, to talk to them about how as they receive, they are also called to give. And so we want our children to be able to hear those messages this Christmas as well. And so this holiday season, we have partnered with Brainlair Books to create a holiday wish list, and we hope that you will check out the list and order some books so that we can support the independent bookstore of Brainlair, who focuses on similar books that we have featured in this series, and that you will consider buying books for the children in your lives and also some of your local Catholic schools as well. So we thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we are excited to continue to bring you new stories this holiday season. Thanks.